Alright, so I think what I'm going to talk about today here is, I'm going to say that video from the other day, right? It's currently sitting at 82 views, which is kind of ridiculous. But it's also sitting at a 40% like to dislike ratio, which I heavily dislike, right? And it's just kind of my thoughts on that in general. It's one of those I can very clearly see if I make something that is unagreeable or controversial or some sort of a mistake in people's eyes, I can get a bunch of views, right? And I probably would be able to grow relatively quickly, or at least to some sort of a point, right? But I really don't like the feeling that that caused in me, right? I didn't mean for that to be controversial in any way, shape, or form, or to make people angry. That was not my intent. But just seeing the numbers and how it made me feel, it's like, no, I'd rather stick to, like 0 to 3 views as long as I'm not pissing people off for no reason, right? And it's just kind of, I don't want, yeah, like, just, I guess, to really reiterate, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera, I'm quite literally looking at this right here. Let's move this out of the way. Looking at this right here, and it's this video right here. To me, this absolutely juiced. Now, half of these are my comments, because I like to respond to comments in general, just because I don't want people to feel like they're just throwing their messages to the abyss, right? But it's just like, I don't want to be an asshole just for the sake of being an asshole, or I don't want to stir up people's emotions in a bad way just to do it just for views. I don't like that feeling at all. So I'm gonna try to watch what I say at least a little bit, um, because apparently I said things that people just really didn't like there. Obviously, I'm gonna say this is the first mistake of probably many. I'm human, and I'm a human that messes up quite a bit. But yeah, that's right now. It's just one on my mind. What's on my mind is I'm trying not to let this like just demoralize me to the point to where I stop making videos. But I'm going to absolutely shy away from anything political because I can't deal with that smoke. I learned very quickly. I thought, like up into this, I thought that I'd be able to handle ridicule like with grace and not really give a shit. I was wrong. This was not a fun experience. And hey, at least it taught me something about myself that I'm not down for that, right? So, and it's one of those, and I know I'm going to be ridiculed. I'm putting myself out there, right? That is just how it works. Especially whenever it comes to anything on the internet, there being even partial anonymity around makes it so that people will just say whatever, and people like to forget that they're talking to other people, right? Because they just see the little icon, and then they get mad about that icon and completely forget or push to the side that there's a person behind that icon, right? Even though I do know a lot of the internet now is just bots, and a lot of people talk to everything like it's a bot, because in all honesty, there's a lot of them out there. You never do know. But for me, I like to stick to the general rule of thumb that there's a person on the other side, right? Even even with everything. So that's just currently what's on my mind. That's what was on my mind for this one. And I keep thinking like what to do with like here on this channel, because like I'm running out of things to talk about. Like even like just day to day, like my days run together just so abhorrently that I lose track of the days, and then I look at the time and go, oh shit, it's 2 p.m. I need a video. What do I make a video on? And I just end up going, well, shit, I don't know. And then my brain just draws a blank, and then it's pretty much over from there. And like right now, I see the video's only like 4 minutes. There is something that I do want to show here. And it's just some of the art progress. I haven't worked on it in a couple of days, and I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to say why. Well, I ended up hitting a depressive episode, which is why I ended up dropping it. And then typically, whenever that happens, I don't pick things back up. So we're going to see if I can push myself through it and get back on this horse. But this is where I'm currently at with it. Um, I'm pretty sure I scrapped the video where I actually showed this off. I'm pretty sure I did. If not, I'm sorry for showing it again. This is what it looks like now. I don't exactly remember where it was the last time I showed it off, but I'm pretty sure that the shading on the legs is new. I know this is new. This is this little spine here is the newest part to it. I think I need to work on the shading. I like how it looks right in through here. This I want to say this little bit of white here to like give it some definition. But the rest of it looks kind of flat. So I've got to figure out how to do the shading there. Same with like over here. I just need to work on shading. I really like this little I don't want to call it a joint, but this little section here because it actually looks like how I want it to look. Like it looks like they're fused together. Um and like it's completely immobile and that's how I want it to look. And whenever I did this, I have no idea how I actually did that. Like I just kind of did it without really thinking. I was just trying things to see how it would look, and it ended up looking immaculate. But then I didn't actually know how I managed to do it. So like I tried to replicate it down here and down here. Also, I think I need to redo this right here because like I see that it's like going over top and like it can look good, but I think I need to like erase this and mess with like where it's going because there's this crease. It would mess with what you call it? Where it's at. Like it wouldn't go in these lines like this. It would be altered a little bit because of that crease, and I think I just need to redo that if I'm going to keep this. Um yeah, and the last thing I was doing was actually going through and erasing like all of the oh, what you call it here? Just going around the outline and everything here that you see is like differently colored. I was just going through and deleting it. Oh, I don't think. There we go. There we go. Because I noticed whenever I was going through and trying to make a new outline, I was getting a lot of like this right in here, to where it's like it's just different shades of pink instead of just a straight on black, and then it was different shades of black too. I'm gonna see if I can see somewhere else, like right in here, like all these different shades of pink, and then just like a little bit of black. Um, and these like darker here, and that was just annoying me. So I think what I might end up actually having to do is go through, and after I'm done, just like erasing all of this here, which there might be an easier way to do it, but this is just the way that I know to do it right now, and it's not working right now. What is going? Oh, is that because it's this? Yeah, it is. Okay. But I think I'm gonna have to go through like pixel and pixel by pixel and redo this outline, which that's gonna take a lot of time, but I think it's just gonna be worth it in the end. But yeah, so that's where this is at now. Still hopefully gonna turn it into an animation, but this is taking a really, really long time, even just to get to where I am here. And this is just like one character. I still have this whole other character to do right there. Like he still needs fully shaded, and then this is just like picture one. So I'm going to see how this turns out, because more than likely what I can see is this what's supposed to be like a 5 to 10 second animation is going to end up taking me like 2 months to do, because I'm going to end up doing like I'm going to probably end up drawing every single frame out by hand, shading it like this, and just trying to do it that way. So hopefully I can find a better way to do shading that's quicker and looks either as good or better. Also, like the lighting here is really bad because like right here it looks like there's a light source coming up and shining to the thigh and the calf here, and then another one right here to these two, and then right here to the ankle. But that's something else I'll have to redo or figure out. Just to figure it out. I'm probably just gonna have to move the shading around a little bit. But yeah, so that's where this is. I've been rambling for about 10 minutes now. So I think it is time to call it here. Because I don't think this interests very many people. But either way, there it is. I'm going to say thank you for watching. If you did, I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that watches all the time. But yeah, that's going to be all for today. So see ya.